Merry Christmas, and well, I know it's not the new year yet. Today is New Year's Eve, but let's just say Happy New Year anyway, just kind of get it out of the way. So, I was kind of perusing the internet because I have a little bit of downtime. I just finished one of my last projects for grad school, and I came across this video, and the person's handle is Cam James. So I'm just kind of blow it up a little bit so you can see. Hold on. I would definitely subscribe to his channel. I really enjoyed his content, and he's very intelligent, poised, and he comes with facts, irrefutable, uncontroverted facts. So, in this particular video, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I don't spend a lot of time on YouTube. I have like 419 subscribers, which is not a lot of subscribers, but I don't really spend a lot of time on YouTube. My primary social media would be Facebook. That's my primary platform. YouTube, not so much, but I'm trying to build my numbers up for whatever it's worth. Okay, so anyway, I came across this video and I watched it, right? And this gentleman talks about Dr. Rashad Richie. Now, I am a subscriber of Dr. Richie because he has a lot of content that is of interest to me, even though he tends to operate from an ideologue point of view where it seems to always be about Black victimhood, which I don't really like because there's a lot of victims that are not African American, like white people can be victims, Asians can be victims, Hispanics can be victims, Middle Eastern, like it's not just Black people. And, I get kind of sick and tired of just watching videos about Black suffrage. I want to see success stories about successful Black people, pioneers, aspiring to greatness and excellence. I don't want to keep seeing oppressive victimhood type videos because then I start questioning the narrator. Why are you always focusing on negative things? Is it a clickbait? Is it something to boost your numbers? Because people unfortunately love negativity. I want to see some positive stuff. So anyway, I have some reservations about him, but I'm still a subscriber. But now I'm thinking about unsubscribing until he can go public and prove his veracity that the degrees that he has denoted on his LinkedIn page are real. Now, as you know, I'm a very transparent person. If you look on my YouTube page, you'll see in my handle all the degrees that I either earned or I'm in progress of completing. So the one degree that I'm going to receive, like literally January 21st, is my second master's in criminal justice legal studies. It's a graduate degree, 4 credit per hour advanced graduate degree in criminal justice legal studies. Now, I do know that master's degrees are advanced degrees, so it's kind of a play on words, but this particular degree is a 4 credit, and trust me, very rigorous because it's kind of like theories in criminal justice amalgamated with research and laws, because we learn about laws, primary and secondary sources of authority. When it comes to law, we learn about writs, rules, procedures, motions, like all those things. The philosophical aspect of criminal justice, like it's a very intense program, 2 years, 10 classes, but very demanding, very rigorous. And I did have my moments when I didn't think I was going to make it, even though I am very pro academia. I love higher education, but it's a very tough program. And knock on wood, I'll be graduating with a 3.93. And I'm very, very excited, thrilled, and happy and elated about that because I worked very hard. Now, I also have a master's in school counseling education, graduated Kappa Delta Pi honors, 3.94. I have a bachelor's in social work, and I have an associate's degree in human services with honors from Niagara County Community College. My bachelor's in social work is from State University I'm sorry, Buffalo State University, because they changed the name. It used to be Buffalo College State University or something like that. They changed it, but now it's Buffalo State University. Oh, it was University. Let me see. Wait. University College at Buffalo. It was like worded really weird, but I like it now. It's much more simple. It's just Buffalo State University. So I have degrees from all those institutions, and I'm going to have my fourth degree, which is my second master's, like literally January 21st. So it's like 20 something days from now, 21 days. Anyway, now I start my third master's graduate degree. It's a Juris Master in American Law. So it's going to be more of a civil type law degree, where the one I have now is a criminal justice, but has an emphasis on legal studies, on criminal justice law. So it's a very intense program, and we learn a lot of things that criminal defense attorneys learn. Like, I actually have some clients that are criminal and civil law attorneys, and my criminal justice or my attorney clients that practice criminal law, they were just so shocked of all the stuff that I know. Like, I didn't know they teach you all that. I'm like, they sure do. Like, it's because remember, it's a graduate degree and it's a 4 credit, so very demanding, very intense. But I have to say, it's quite rewarding because they'll talk about certain motions, and I'm like, oh, I know what that is. Or like, just to give you an example, different penal codes, talk about articles of the Constitution, and all these different things. Are like, wow, and what is it? The compulsory, peremptory, linguistic, canonical interpretations of constitutional law, like all these things that are like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, very intense program. And like I said, is if I had to file a motion, I would be very confident because I have all the references, I have the knowledge base. It's just that confidence that I have right now is like through the damn roof, to be honest with you. There is like a sense of joy and certitude just having this legal knowledge. So anyway, I'm all about transparency, and I also have 19 certificates. And again, this is not to be braggadocious, it's to establish my credentials, because I don't want to look like a hypocrite if I'm questioning the veridicality of these two people I'm about to talk about. I want to make sure that I have, my shit in order, because if I'm lying, then it's going to make me look like a hypocrite, and that's not what I want to exude during this presentation. Okay, so I have 19 certificates, 8 from Harvard. I'm going to show you all of my certificates, and I'm going to go to my LinkedIn page, which I have a photo of all my degrees and certificates for transparency. So this gentleman here, Cam James, talks about Dr. Rashad Richie and questions the veracity of his degrees and certifications, meaning that he's questioning the authenticity if they're real. And I'll tell you something, even though I understand that some people are very private, whatever, I understand that, right? And you don't want to maybe post your transcripts and things of that nature. I get it. But if somebody earned all these degrees, which I'm about to show you, again, I have to say alleged, because I want to see what Dr. Richie's response is going to be, right? Because I posted some comments on his videos and on his wall on LinkedIn, because I want to see what he's going to say in reference to this video here. I don't see anything on his page that is indicative of him earning all these degrees. And I'll go through the list, right? Usually, I cannot quantify the number, but when somebody earns degrees or certifications, usually it's a moment for the person to shine, right? Like they'll take photos at their graduation, commencement ceremonies. There's going to be some kind of video footage or something indicative of this person earning the degree and or certification, right? That's a fair statement, right? And I just find it really interesting when I go to Dr. Richie's page. I don't see anything that's indicative of him earning all these degrees. Like, again, I have to say alleged because I always want to give the person the benefit of the doubt, right? But I just find it very odd that, for example, the first thing that I noticed, he has no grades nor GPAs listed for any of his degrees. I have grades and GPAs listed for every one of mine, right? Because on LinkedIn, they ask you that question. And I just find it interesting that he willfully omitted that. Like, why would you do that? That's suspicious to me. Second thing is, wouldn't you have some kind of videos of graduation commencement ceremonies and or photos in your cap and gown regalia? Like, those are things you would expect to see, right? What else? Where's a copy of your degrees? Where's a copy of your transcripts? Where is a list of all your professors? I don't know. It's highly suspect to me. But again, I have to say alleged. So let's take a look at what I'm talking about. So give me 1 second. Okay, so let me just go through mine because I have to establish credibility here, and then we'll get to Rashad. All right, so this is my profile on LinkedIn, right? Now, for the record, I could have started my Juris Master this month, but I just want to finish this degree here, my Master's in Criminal Justice Legal Studies. And I don't want to be overwhelmed because, this graduate school and it's quite crazy, how intense the workload is and the content. But anyway, so these are my degrees, my master's in school counseling. I have a copy of it right here because I'm very transparent. That's my Kappa Delta Pi certificate because I graduated 3.94. This is my actual master's, okay? So you can see I'm very transparent, right? Buffalo State College, there's my bachelor's. I have nothing to hide because I want people to know that I'm not BSing. I'm not trying to, hyperbolize and exalt my status that I actually earned these degrees. See, that's my associate. And as you can see right there with honors, okay? And these are all my certificates from Harvard. Real certificates. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you'll get the gist because it's on my page because I don't want to spend a lot of time on this here. But you see, they're all right there, okay? Copies of all my certificates, and they're real certificates. Okay? You see? Last one here. Okay, so you can see that it's on my LinkedIn page. So I don't want to look like I'm pointing a finger at somebody else, and yet I'm a fraud myself. Don't want to do that. So let's go to Richie's page here. Now, this is what I find kind of bizarre. Going back to the YouTuber that is exposing him. Again, I'm going to say alleged because I want him to prove his veracity that these degrees are real. So, when you go to his page, and again, I'm not hating on him. Listen, I'm all for higher education. I'm pro academia. I'm an epistemophile. I love higher knowledge and education. I'm a Socratic thinker. Like, that's how I am. So when I see anyone, especially if they're women or, people of color, any marginalized and or minoritized groups of people, I love seeing success. It inspires me to aspire to my dreams, right? And I also just love seeing people in general, whether they're European, African, mixed race, whatever, I don't care. I just love seeing greatness and excellence because it inspires me because I love higher education. Now, like I said, as I start my third master's in January, I've already been accepted into Liberty University School of Law. So I'm excited about that, and who knows, maybe when I'm done with this program, I may go for a fourth master's. Now, you're probably asking, why am I not going for a PhD? And I'll tell you why. It's because number one is a PhD is super, super expensive. It could be long, 4 to sometimes 10 years if it's a longitudinal study. I understand that cross-sectional studies are usually truncated, but my thing is that I just feel like with a PhD, the ROI, which is return on investment, is not as good as a master's. And they've done research on this. So I do have empirical research to back up what I'm saying, because I always go by research. I don't go by opinions, because opinions to me are a little lapusha and derisory. I go by research because research, as you know, has the plenary power to change public policy and law, right? So I always go by research, empirical and peer-reviewed research. Anyway, going back to Dr. Richie. Now, if you look at his name here, his handle, look at JD, PhD, EDD, MBA, LLM, and let's look at all of his degrees. And again, I'm not hating on him. I love seeing people that engage in, or I should say embark upon, higher education. It inspires me. Like, really, I love it. Absolutely never want to take anything from anyone that's successful. But this is what I find interesting. The first thing that stands out, the most salient thing right away, is no grades. Usually people post their grades, right? Not one of these degrees have a grade on it. What's up with that? Now, someone may say, oh, that's trivial. No, not really, because you see here, grade, dean's list, honors. No, I don't want to see that. I want to see your actual grades. There's no grades for none of these degrees. And to me, I'm sorry. That's highly suspicious to me. Not one grade. Let's go back to my profile, because they ask you about your grades. You see here, my grade, 3.9492 out of a 4.0. And I'm going to go to my actual portal, my student portal, and you can see, because I have nothing to hide, very transparent, right? My master's from NU, 3.94. See, I have all my grades listed for each one, even my certificates. So where the hell are his grades? That's suspicious to me. I'm sorry, highly suspicious. And then, let me see, let me go back. Sorry about that, hold on. Okay, so that's suspicious to me. And I'm looking at his photos and stuff. I don't see, I mean, he has some really nice photos and stuff, which is great, but this is what's confusing to me. Sir, where are your graduation ceremonies? If you have all these degrees, let's just keep it real. You're gonna have something showing that you earned a doctorate, because that's a big deal. Earning any degree is a big deal, whether it's an associate's degree, a certificate, a bachelor's, master's, specialty degree, a doctorate, JD, PharmD, MD. I mean, those are all like milestones, right? Like, they're all a big deal. But I don't see anything. I was going through his photos. I'm like, am I bugging out here? I don't see anything that shows a graduation, like a ceremony. Like, dude, really? You have all those degrees. Now, I understand some people that are kind of reticent, kind of reserved, kind of shy and coy. But obviously, this is not a coy person. Like, this is not an introvert. This person is clearly an extrovert based on prima facie, right? He's an extrovert. So why wouldn't you show your cap and gown and receiving your degrees? I don't see it anywhere. And I'm like, something is really odd to me. I'm sorry, but okay, now what is this right here? Let me look at this. Certificate Human Rights Education Training. Okay, that's all wonderful. A lot of people could do training, but I don't care about that. I want to see actual degrees. See, sometimes people throw a little something to kind of throw you off. Like, oh, here's one bank account that has 10,000, but I'm claiming I have 10 million. So that little 10,000 will get someone to think, if they're gullible and a credulous person, that, oh, yeah, he has money. Well, you're only showing me the 10,000 one. I want to see the one that has 10 million. But I just find that just odd that I don't see anything. And I went through all of them with his degrees. What is this here? Let's see, Delta, okay, law fraternity. Okay, that's some kind of certificate of membership. But again, That's all wonderful, but I want to see the degrees though. I'm sorry, because, I can give you some certificates, whatever, that I've earned when I was working for the government as a lead officer for TSA. Like, I don't care about that. I want to see degrees, like actual master and PhDs. Now, what's this right here? Hold on. Let me see. So I'm just trying to be fair. What is all this here? Okay, so he took a photo again. It looks great, but I want to see a close-up of these here. Just saying. I want to see a close-up. None of this like obscurity. I want to see a close-up of these degrees. I also want to see your transcripts, and I want to see a list of all your professors. Let's just keep it real, because people can print stuff from the internet. I'm just saying allegedly here, but I want to see an actual official copy of your transcripts. I also want a list of all your professors, because I know my professors. I can go through a whole list of my professors. Now, there might be some I kind of forgot, like maybe from my baccalaureate degree, because it's so many years ago, but I still can name quite a bit of my professors. And just like with my master's from Niagara University in school counseling, I can name majority of my professors, but at least tell you who my chairperson was, dean of the department. Like, there's certain things I can list or name that you'll know that, okay, I was definitely there, or some kind of video footage. And as I mentioned before, photos of my graduation commencement ceremony with my cap and gown in a crowd of other graduate students, like this, just something to establish your veracity or your veridicality, that you're telling the truth. But this right here means nothing to me, because I can't see them up close. So anyway, it's still questionable to me, because why wouldn't you have your grades? Why? I want to see transcripts, whatever. So let's go to my page, because I want to make sure I'm transparent myself. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I think this is it. No, give me a second, everyone. Sorry about that. Okay, wait, no. All right. So here is my student portal, right? This is at GCU. So like I said, I'm going to be done next month, like 21 days. So this is my student portal. Again, have nothing to hide. Here is a list of all my classes, grades, and everything. See, I just have this class I'm doing right now. See, it ends January 21st, right? And here's all my completed courses. See, 4 credit. I'm just zooming in so there's no misunderstandings here. Those are my grades. Now that B+, which B+ is still good, that's not on my major. That was a intro to liberal arts. We all had to take on APA writing, which, this is like 2 years ago, approximately 2 years ago when I started this program. I haven't written APA papers in over 20 years, because my master's in education was granted in 2001. So we're talking about like nearly 23 years. So I was a little rusty, but that's okay. The bottom line is it still got a B+, which is still a good grade, and it was only worth 2 credits, right? But as you can see, all the classes in my actual major, which were very challenging, very rigorous, 4 credit, all A's. I got an A-, but it's still an A, okay? So, let me see if it shows my GPA. Hold on for a second. Oh yeah, here's my GPA right there. Oh, where is it? Wait, where the hell is it? Give me a second. Oh, there it is. 3.92. Now, the class I'm in right now, so far I'm earning all juicy A's. So I should be graduating with a 3.93, because you can do the calculator here. And where is it? The calculator right here. Hold on. Right there. And it'll kind of give you a projection. You see right there? If I project that I'm going to get an A with my current class, then it'll be a 3.93. Well, it's not showing. Oh, sorry. Hold on. I know why, because I got to put 4.0. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a 3 point. I have to put 4.0 in there. Let's see. I'll just hit calculate here. All right, let's see. Yep, 3.93. That's what my projected grade is going to be. Okay, so let me just get out of here. Give me 1 second, everyone. Okay, so okay, so this is the class I'm taking currently, right? And because I'm a very transparent person, because I don't want to look like I'm, questioning someone else's authenticity, and I'm full of shit. No, very, very transparent. Here's my grades so far. Blow it up here. In my last class, I'm at a 99.33. That's where I'm at right there, right? Okay, and so far, I'm done with my 5th week. Now I'm going on my 6th week, right? So here's my grades for, grade book. Okay, so these are my grades here, right? Sorry about that. That's week 1, week 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, okay, this is 5. Sorry about that. Because see, this is week 5, right there. Week 5, or topic 5. So I have 3 more and I'm done. So anyway, I just want to prove my veracity, because I don't want to look like I'm pointing a finger at somebody else and I'm full of shit. All right, so let me just go back to, give me a second, hold on. Okay, give me 1 second, okay? So, and I apologize for the TV, that's my father. So, I like Dr. Richie, but things are now questionable because those degrees, something's off. Because again, if you earned all those degrees, first of all, you would list your grades, because that's what most people do. I can't say all, but most people do that. And there's nothing indicative of him graduating from any of those institutions. I see no commencement ceremonies, no photos, no video footage, no upfront photos of him holding the degrees in his hand. Usually that's what people do. It just looks suspicious to me. I'm sorry. Now, Dr. Umar, I don't want to call him Dr. Umar, because I don't believe he's a doctor. I think he's full of shit. However, I'm just going to refer to him as Umar, because until he can prove that he has an actual doctorate degree, it's highly suspect. Now, see the gentleman that has the tank top? I follow him on Instagram. I love his channel. He's highly educated, and a lot of his content is exposing scammers and people that are like individuals that like to play the race card, and also are replete with double standards. Like, he exposes people that are pro double standard, if you were to say. And I enjoy him because he doesn't pander to anyone. He speaks his mind. He asserts his mindset on certain things, on certain topics, and I really respect him for that. But going back to Umar, I notice how he always talks about all these degrees and stuff he has, but I'm like, where are your photos of your graduations? Where is a copy of your degrees? Where's a copy of your transcripts? Where's a copy of all your professors, that you had in all these, programs that you claim that you earned degrees from? It's just highly suspect. You get what I'm saying? Like, usually people that have master and PhDs, are very proud. Even, all degrees, again, you should be proud no matter what. But I'm just saying, usually when you earn a master's, a PhD, a JD, a PharmD, an MD, like, those are degrees that are highly respected, right? They're all professional degrees, coveted professional degrees. Usually people want to share their success, right? Like, they'll have photos, video footage, whatever, any kind of, gregarious type events showing that they're with a bunch of colleagues of theirs, like fellow students, professors, like you'll know that they graduated. You don't have to say it, you get to see it with your own eyeballs, right? It'll be very salient. I haven't seen anything indicative of any of these two individuals graduating with all these degrees. To me, it's just highly suspect. I'm sorry. So you be the judge for yourself. If you can find proof, I will. Hi, everyone. If you can provide proof, I will stand corrected because I have no issues with being wrong. But until then, I'm going to have to say I don't believe either one of these. I just don't. There's something that looks really odd because not doctor, excuse me, I almost had a Freudian slip. Umar, he's always talking about his education, but where's the proof, bro? Where's your receipts? You got to show receipts, man. Just like with you, sir, receipts. And if you can provide receipts, then listen, I stand corrected and I'll withdraw everything that I just said. I'll make another video, conceding and capitulating that I'm wrong and that I accept that I misjudged these individuals. I will do that because that's the kind of person I am. I don't need to hide behind lies or try to project, gaslight, deflect, prevaricate. No, I will come clean and say, you know what? I misjudged, but you still can't blame me because it doesn't look good on the surface. Just saying, right? But if they can prove that these are all legit degrees, then I'll stand corrected. I will make a formal public apology. But right now, it's questionable. So give me your thoughts and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. God bless and take care.